Hi guys, my name is David and this is my first ever video to be posted. So I'm a big amateur, if I'm completely honest. But I just want to have a chat with you guys out there about something that we don't normally talk about, which is depression. And the idea behind this video is that we can together, hopefully, promote what's really going on and this taboo that we don't really want to talk about it unless we really have to. And I think the reason why we tend to not want to talk about this issue is we are concerned that people are not necessarily going to understand, and that is probably very true. I don't think you truly do understand depression until it happens to you personally. Sorry, I'm scratching. I've got a really bad spot coming out. So yeah, as I say, I just want to spread the awareness and try and reach out to anybody that's really struggling at the moment. I do suffer with depression myself, and I have done for many years now, and I've had years where I've been absolutely fine and there's been no good or bad days, and I seem to be ticking along, and then without a warning I'm back almost where I started all those years ago. And you do literally have to dust yourself off and start again. And people say, oh, why what's brought all this on? And there might not necessarily be a reason, but you do try and search for a reason. I always try and search for something that may have triggered it or something like that, but it's not always necessarily the case. It can be just a chemical imbalance, but there could be small triggers that could set it off if you've had a bad day or you've suffered a loss or any of those kind of things. But I think with the kind of depression that I have, it's a chemical imbalance. I haven't had any bereavements in my life or had a bad upbringing. There's been nothing like that for me. I think the only thing that could possibly be a reoccurring thing for me is that I do suffer a lot with low self-esteem, and just have issues with regards to not necessarily being able to look in a mirror. Even doing this video and looking at myself while speaking to you guys is a massive deal to me, but it might not seem like that to somebody else. So anybody that struggles with the way that they look or the way that they feel about themselves as a person, I definitely can relate to that. I don't like my picture being taken. When I go and try on clothes in a shop, I literally turn myself away from the mirror, put whatever it is I'm trying on, and then turn round and then look, which is really stupid, I know, but it's just what's in here, and it is all just in your mind, but it's your mind and nobody else can change that but you. And I've done a lot of soul searching in all the years that I've had insecurities. I mean, as you can see, I lost my hair at a very early age, but I've fully accepted that now. That took me many years of acceptance. So these are just very small things that can trigger it, but it's so much more broader than just that. And I could waffle on for ages, but this is literally just me saying, hi guys, this is me. Please put a comment below or contact me. I'll put all my emails on there, and just so that we can just share experiences and just be there for each other and get rid of this stigma that depression and mental health has on society as a whole, and it isn't anything to be ashamed of, and we need to not feel ashamed that we feel these things, because depression is an illness and it needs to be treated as so. it's like if you had a overactive thyroid or you were diabetic, you would take medication to make yourself better, and no one would question those issues. You know, people understand what they are, but with depression, people are still trying to get their head around and understand exactly what it is. And I'm repeating myself, as I said before, but this, as I say, this is my first video, so I am going to be repetitive. But I just want to put it out there. It's taken me like a couple of days of thinking about doing this video to actually get up the courage to do it, and it might seem stupid to somebody else, but to me, again, this is a huge deal. But I want to reach out to everybody that's out there that's suffering in silence, or if they're not suffering in silence and they just want someone to speak to about how they're feeling and can understand how they're feeling, and just exchange tips and books that I've read and music that I've listened to and meditation skills and just things that people might not necessarily think about. I've recently given up all caffeine, all sweeteners, anything that can trigger anything up here. I don't drink alcohol. It literally, people don't necessarily think about what they're putting into their bodies can also harm their minds. So I've been doing a lot of research as regards to what can help and what can not help with mental health. Sometimes you can try everything, even the medication and everything, and it might not necessarily work. But the one thing about, I find, with people with depression is that we don't give up. We hit rock bottom and we manage to get back up and drag ourselves and live. And I just think that is just amazing when I come across people that have told me the things that they've been going through and the things that they've been feeling, and they still manage to get out of bed and get dressed and get on with their day. And my hat is off to you, for anybody out there that manages to dust themselves off and keep trying, because trust me when I say it's one of the hardest things you ever have to do. It almost feels like you've got flu and that someone's punched you in the stomach, is the way that I feel. And you're winded and you can't breathe, and anything you have to do, even driving to the shop to get a loaf of bread, becomes a military operation, like someone's asking you to run a marathon, and it's not. But it's just because the mind is just telling the body to go away, bugger off, all of these things. So, but I've been watching some interesting videos on YouTube, and I think that's what's inspired me to do this video for you guys, to try and express and understand what other people are going through with their mental health problems or depression, or people self-harm. I'm not one of those people, or suicidal thoughts. Again, it's never affected me, but I know it does with other people. But I would just like to, again, I'm going to go and I'm going to start waffling in a minute, but I literally just want to say, hello guys, this is me. I'm here to chat, I'm here to talk. I would love to do another video, but it all depends on the response that this one receives. I would really appreciate no one making not very nice comments regarding the, you know, because obviously the nature of what we're discussing here, it's not to be joked or poked at or any of those things. I don't mind people putting comments and having their opinions, but please just don't be a nasty person and put one of those horrible comments that I see on YouTube sometimes, because it's just boring. And if you've got, you know, it's an old saying, but if you've got nothing to say, nice to say, then just fuck off, basically. But yeah, this is me, and if you like what you've heard and what you've seen, please like the video. If you don't, put a thumbs down, that's also fine. It would just be great to get some feedback. My name is David, and thank you for listening. Bye guys.